If you don't know what you want, someone will decide what you get. Once you slide on over to my YouTube channel right now for my podcast masterclass for today's topic, Indecision is a decision. I'm giving you 3 principles to live more purposeful. Let's talk about it. Turn me up. I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. What's good people? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope that you are doing well. Well, I want to welcome you to another edition of In the Mix. I'm your host with the most, yours truly, Dr. Eddie Connor, and it is an honor that you have joined me today. We're in for a treat for our podcast masterclass, talking about indecision as a decision. It really is. Indecisiveness, indecision is a decision. And I'm going to give you 3 principles by which you can live more purposeful. And one thing I realize, if you don't know what you want, somebody's going to decide what you get, and generally it's going to be what you don't want. But how do you know what you don't want if you don't know what you do want? Are you confused yet? Well, so is the person who doesn't know what they want. You got to know what you want in life. For going out to lunch or to dinner, you got to know what you want when you're perusing and scanning the menu. Well, I really don't know what I want, and what menu, what item on the menu should I try? You ask the waiter or the waitress. Well, you just choose for me. Now they choose for you. You don't even like what they chose. But you can't be upset with them because you were so indecisive. Right? You're lukewarm in life. You know, I can understand hot coffee, can understand cold coffee. Lukewarm? Come on, I'm sending it back. Cold, I'm sending it back. And to a certain degree, life will push you back because you don't know what you want. And generally, somebody is going to prey on that and put you in a particular place where you don't want to be. If you don't know what you want in life, somebody's going to put you in a place where you don't want to be. And you, as a consequence, will not live purposefully. And here's one thing. Number 1, lack of clarity clouds your identity. Lack of clarity clouds your identity. And here's what it does. A lack of clarity, being able to be decisive, right? Because we generally say if you don't make a decision, you haven't made a decision. No, that's totally antithetical. When you haven't made a decision, you're choosing not to make one. Indecision is a decision. It's going to cloud your clarity. You're not going to know who it is that you are in regard to your identity. And here's what you will adopt as a result of it. You will now adopt a lie identity. You will allow other people to lie to you. You will lie to yourself about who it is that you are, what it is that you want out of life. You just won't be at the particular place and at the core of who it is and where it is that you are. Got to tap into your God-ordained essence and identity. Got to tap into the greatness of who it is that you are internally. Right? Because people always, if you allow them to, will gaslight you. They'll make you believe that you don't have the juice or the squeeze. Make you believe that you ain't really cooking with grease. Right? When they see in you what oftentimes you don't see in yourself. You have to be clear. I got to be clear on my goals. I got to be clear on what I want out of life. I have to be clear on knowing who it is that I am. I have to be clear, hear me, on what it is that I've been called to do. And too many times we're not clear on that because we're not allowing ourselves the space and place to take the time to lean in a little bit more. That quiet time, that thought provoking time, the time of creating some margin or creating a space and place for self-care. That level of recreation, which now becomes a place of recreation. Those are things that are essential components to tapping into our identity. Now, as a result of it, we're able to live more purposeful. We're able to be more fruitful. Life becomes more plentiful. Lack of clarity clouds identity. Secondly, now, as we're talking about indecision is the decision. Indecision is the decision. 3 principles to live more purposeful. I got to know my identity. I got to have clarity. Secondly, is it confidence or chaos? And here it is. A lack of confidence will breed chaos. Do you know this confidence helps you to win before the race begins? It really does. Muhammad Ali, in my estimation, the greatest boxer of all time, one of the greatest athletes of all time as well. He went on record saying, listen, I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm a bad man. I shook up the world. He would continually tell himself that he was the greatest. He would continue to be demonstrative and say, I am the greatest, without even fighting a professional fight. Without even being, here it is, heavyweight champion of the world. Talking about he was the greatest before he beat Sonny Liston. That confidence. Because now as he put that out into the world, it had to cultivate something with him to raise his level of game, to raise the level of his work ethic, to raise the temperature of his soul, to say, I have to now live out and hold myself to the words that I'm telling the world. Notice he's saying this. Notice what he said. I am. 2 most powerful words that you could use in any linguistic lexicon are the words I am. I am the greatest. Notice that's what Muhammad Ali said. I am. And whatever you put after those 2 words now dictates the lot of your life. For many of us, we're putting a failure after I am. For many of us, we're putting a hopeless romantic after that I am statement. For many of us, we're saying unloved after I am, versus saying more than a conqueror. I am more than a conqueror. I am purposeful. I am a decision maker. I am gifted. On and on and on and on. You fill in the blank with that which now becomes positive, that now permeates your life, that now moves you into a place to where you're living by certain principles, to where now your life becomes purposeful. And as a result of it, that affirmation now gives you a new disposition. That affirmation now moves you into a greater place of demonstration, confidence that mitigates chaos, that overrides chaos. I'm not overthinking. Because when I'm overthinking, life becomes overwhelming. And as a result, I'm now underperforming. Confidence helps me to win before the race begins. And the race is not given to the swift or to the strong, but to the one who endures to the end. Last but not least, as I talked about, lack of clarity clouds your identity. Confidence overcomes chaos. Life will always try to become chaotic. Life is chaotic, but I got to be a critical thinker in a chaotic world. Then, as a result of it, I become peaceful and purposeful. Too many of us are allowing anxiety to talk us out of our true identity. Anxiety is now putting us into a particular place to where it's analysis paralysis, and we can't make a particular decision. We can't make a healthy decision. We can't create healthy boundaries because anxiety has a chokehold and a stranglehold on our mind. Really does. And scripture says this: be anxious for nothing. Don't be perplexed about anything. Don't be worried about anything. But in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. I have to have that peace that is internal if I'm going to live purposeful. And because we don't have that peace, now we become reactive rather than proactive. Because we don't have that peace, now we jump to conclusions. Because we don't have that level of peace, now we're in pieces. And now, as a result of it, we are giving people a piece of our mind, only be left with just a piece of our mind, but no peace of mind. Peace begins with me. Peace begins internally. Because when I have the peace of God internally, when I got peace of mind internally, it doesn't matter what's going on externally. Here's what the quote suggests. African proverb suggests this: if there's no enemy within, the enemy without. The enemy that's on the outside cannot destroy you, can do you no harm. If there is no enemy within, the enemy that is on the outside can do you no harm. But are you harming yourself because you've allowed life and it's become so distasteful, disdainful, to now it impedes what should be peaceful? I want you to look within. I want you to see the greatness that is on the inside of you. I want you, here it is, to make a decision. To have clear goals, clear directives, clear dreams, clear ideas, clear ideals, clear identity, to tap into your level of confidence, to raise your level of confidence, to live in a place to where now you're choosing to be peaceful. Hear me. A decision is a choice. Indecision is a choice. What are you going to do? You got to make the choice. You're making the choice to not be peaceful. You're making the choice to not have clarity. You're making the choice for life to be cloudy. You're making the choice to live in a place where there is now chaos. You've got to make that choice to move in peace, confidence, clarity, which now opens the door to the power of your identity. That's what it's about. That's what you got to go for. These are principles to live by. This is what helps you to become more purposeful. There's a destiny for you to fulfill. Somebody's waiting for you to become who you are so they can become who they're supposed to be. Here's the question: how much longer will you make them wait? The wait is over. Now is the time to go for it. Family, just type go for it. Go for it. If you're going to go for it, you got to grow through it. I want you to drop a seed into this word that you've heard. Yeah, send a special offering. Speaking life into your life. I want you to sow into the greatness of who it is that you are and what it is that you're called to do and become once you make a decision to sow even now. Cash App, $Dr. Eddie Ministries, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr, gmail.com. Cash App, once again, $Dr. Eddie Ministries, Dr. Eddie Ministries, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr at gmail.com. We've been having a super conversation. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker, super salute, super thanks to you for engaging in this courageous conversation. If you're not a part of my Eagles community, come on, become a part of my Eagles community. I go further and farther. This is, yes, the podcast here, but there's a master class over there. It's a master class that I know is going to be absolutely sensational and tremendously transformative to you and for you. Soar into my virtual village, into greater success and purpose. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. That's how you become a member. Go to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, and I guarantee that you're going to be transformed. Once again, theeaglesacademy.com. Connect with me on social media at EddieConnorJr, EddieConnorJr. Yeah, I've written 18 books, and you can get any of my books on Amazon as ebooks, audiobooks, hard copies. You can also get signed copies at my website, EddieConnor.com. Come on, put some respect on my name, family. EddieConnor.com. And not only do I write books, also show you how to write your book. There's a book inside of you. New York Times said 80% of Americans want to write a book. 3% actually do, but only 1% publish. I want to push you into that 1%, right? I really do. And I've made a myriad of mistakes and missteps and mishaps when it came to writing a book. It took me a number of times to get it right. But now that I've gotten it right, every single time that I drop a book, I release a book, it goes number one. How? Why? Simply because I've got the strategies, the structure, the solutions, and the systems that provide a level of perfection to the manuscript writing, publishing process. And I'm showing you in my bestseller book blueprint, that's what it's called, my bestseller book blueprint. I'm showing you how to take your manuscript to the marketplace, to become an industry authority as an author. Yes, a thumbs up for that, for sure. To become an industry authority as an author and to increase your sales. This is for every aspiring author. This is for every published author. I'm giving you everything that I've learned in decades in a download. So many people are gatekeepers, right? They don't want to give you the secret sauce and the ingredients for success, but I'm giving that all to you. I went from wasting thousands of dollars to selling thousands of books. Learn from my mistakes. Cut across the lawn. Let me give you the quote unquote cheat codes so that all you have to do is plug and play my system. and it's a can't lose. It's a can't miss. 80 plus page bestseller book blueprint, my go-to guide, how to write your book, take your manuscript to the marketplace, and increase your sales. You want it? I know. Go get it right now. accessidentity.org/author. accessidentity.org/author. And generally, after you write a book, people going to ask you to talk about the book. But here's the thing. Whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Your words are a paintbrush. What picture are you painting when you're speaking? Get all the filler words out, the uhs, the ums, the you know what I'm saying, the likes, the basicallys. Get all of that. Streamline your conversation. Let me show you how to do that. And it is all in my 4.5-hour digital video training guide called Successful Speaker Strategies. Showing you how to wow the world with your words, how to be invited back, how to get your speaking engagements, how to overcome the fear of public speaking, how to face stage fright, all of it. Because I've made all the mistakes, but I've learned from them. And now I'm going to show you how to win with your words. You can get that at accessidentity.org/speaker. Bestseller book blueprint to become for the authors, desiring author, published authors, aspiring authors. accessidentity.org/author. Successful speaker strategies. accessidentity.org/speaker. You need both of them. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to help you out. Put in the discount code that I've got for you. Put in the word SOAR, SOAR, at checkout for both of those. And I'm going to give you an amazing steal of a deal so that you can add that to your arsenal. And so that you can be totally unmatched, untouched, and be an actual expert at your craft. Speaking of speaking, if you're looking for a dynamic speaker, don't forget about me now. Look no further. Know that I'm the man for the job, so invite me to speak at your church, your conference, your community center, your school, your graduation, your session. Let's make some progression. All you got to do is email me to invite me. info@eddieconnor.com. It would be an honor for me to empower you. Really would be. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother, and I mean that. From another mother, family has been fun, but brother, got to run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy. Yes, it has been beyond measure. But I want you, yes, I'm talking to you now, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter, peace, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. I realize the extent of your development is connected to the extent of your investment. What I mean, invest little, develop little. But we're investing much into you as you invest in yourself by developing your purpose, developing your goals and your dreams and your ideals and your ideas, shifting you from ideas to income. Where does this all happen at? I'm so glad you asked. It takes place in our Eagles Academy. All you have to do is go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed, to shift your ideas into income, your contacts into contracts, really to grow your ideas, your impact, and your influence. You owe it to you to invest in you. And as a result of it, now you are able to be coached and mentored and be a part of our live trainings with yours truly, with me, along with a host of other leaders and trendsetters and trailblazers and accountability partners. No one grows in a silo. The power of mentorship, it takes what I've learned in years and months and I give it to you in minutes. What I've learned in decades and I can give it to you in days. To be a part of our private Facebook group, to get guided feedback through our Eagle's Nest reflections, to get access to all of the content and all the live sessions and the trainings of business development, of financial stewardship, of the impact and empowerment that only takes place when you go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Again, when you get there, tap the Join Now button, fill out the form, be transformed. But it doesn't just stop there. You want to develop your book? Then guess what? You are an aspiring author. You need to get my bestseller book, Blueprint. It's available right now. accessidentity.org/author. All of the insight of what it is that I have used to write 18 books and be a best-selling author. You owe it to you to get your hands on that. You also owe it to you to get my Successful Speaker Strategies download. I'm telling you, whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Let me show you how to develop your communication. There's an art to communication. Let me show you how to develop that. Go right now as well to accessidentity.org/speaker. And then I am blessed to pastor the Remnant Worshipers Church. I want you to be a part of the church that I am pastoring at right now. It's such a great thing of what it is that God has fashioned us to do. And it's taking place right here in the city of Detroit, 10 a.m. every Sunday, 6 p.m. we have prayer on Tuesdays, and then 7 p.m. on those same Tuesdays, we have TNT Tuesdays, Truth and Transformation. It's amazing. You want to be a part of it. Go right now, trwchurch.org, and then I want to see your face in the place this Sunday at 20470 Hubble Street. I'm doing my best to save you a seat. Powerful prayer, praise, and a preach word. Can't wait to see your face in the place at the Remnant Worshipers Church.